You get tested the most when you are truly trying to change. Don't fold. Shout out to Evolving Knowledge. I feel like collective, you are understanding, um, you are really understanding the process of elevating and the process of change, right? Because you done been through a lot of cycles where you are striving for growth, striving to be better, striving to make a difference somewhere in some aspect of your life, right? And you've experienced multiple arrays of challenges when trying to reach, new heights, new goals, new mindsets. You realize it's not as easy to do as you thought it was, or as you say, like, what you say you're going to do, it's a lot easier to say it than actually doing it. You understand that to implement change, it really requires a lot of drive, a lot of focus, a lot of strength, a lot of attention, and a lot of faith, because, there was somewhere, I can't exactly remember where I got this analogy, but basically, it was saying that nature and the universe wants to preserve energy. Self-preservation is key to maintaining life. So nature, the universe, is going to take the course that uses the least amount of energy and the least amount of resistance, right? To maintain balance. So when you're trying to make a change in your life, then what you're doing is you are, quote unquote, interrupting the balance of life or the natural flow of life, because as it is already, you are. So when you're trying to elevate or do something different or be something different, then that's going to require a different you. It's going to require you to be different, right? So for instance, if you're trying to if you're trying to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle, and your goal is to maintain a certain muscle mass and a certain aesthetic look wise, then you're not going to continue doing the same things that you're doing. If you're trying to acquire something more, right, you're going to have to do something different. So if you're trying to get a six-pack and you have a gut, then that means you're going to have to start getting up and going to the gym and being more disciplined, right? And putting in more work, putting in more energy. And it's going to be more challenging to get there, because the universe, the energy, wants to self-maintain. It wants to preserve as much energy as possible. So like, you trying to change is like you trying to change the energy of the universe. You making a new form, right? That requires a lot of energy. So you're going to be met with resistance trying to push you back down, trying to maintain that balance, okay? And so that's why when you are trying to change and you are making those changes, it seems like you are, like this quote says from Trippy Painting, it seems like this is when you are getting tested the most. So things are seeming more chaotic. Things are out of balance, right? And it's out of balance because you're choosing to make a change. You're making a difference. You're getting out of balance. You decided to consciously make a change and elevate and transform. And so you have to get out of balance to reformulate into something new and different, right? So of course it's going to seem chaotic and out of balance because you're taking something apart and putting it back together in a different form, if that makes sense, right? So of course it's going to seem like you're being tested, because if you are truly different, if you are truly changed or striving to change, then that means your mindset and your consciousness is going to change. So you have to be met with these different tests, okay? So, for instance, if you are embarking on a journey of a healthier diet, and let's say you cut out all the meats and you're just vegetables, fruits, really a plant-based diet, you're going to be tested, right? You're going to be tempted, right? With places like you might be driving past a food place that sells steak or meat, and then you get a huge whiff of the fresh cooking meat, and now you're being tempted to divulge in this meat, or maybe you don't want to party anymore and go out. You say you're done drinking, you're smoking and living the nightlife. You want to live a more balanced, peaceful life, and you want to focus on other things, right? Well, you might still have a bunch of friends in your phone that you're in contact with, and they're going to call you and hit you up. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? I want you coming out. Or they might tempt you to go out, or they might try to project, oh, well, you're being lame now, or you change. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be hit with different tests where you're trying to change, because again, this is your way of showing to the universe or mirroring back the energy of your new change perspective, right? If you truly change, or if you truly say who you are, then when these tests and trials come up, you're going to pass them. You're going to show them that, okay, you've grown, right? If you are truly at peace with yourself, then there are going to be people that are not at peace with themselves, right? That are going to come into your life and try to stir up drama, chaos, and gossip. And if you are truly at peace, then that mentally disturbed person is not going to have that effect on you to where you're going to be mentally disturbed, okay? So I'm just saying all this to say, to encourage you, but also to let you know that, listen, this isn't your time to give up. If you're experiencing all of these tests and trials right now, it's because you are showing up and showing out in your true power and authority. And so now you have to be tested. It's just like you showing off your new skills, right? You're just showing off your new skill sets to the universe, and you have to be measured somehow. So in order for you to be measured, you're going to be met with these different circumstances that are similar to something that you've experienced before in the past. But the difference is you're a different person, so how you're going to react and show up is going to be different. And so a different outcome you will experience. Who am I talking to? Let me know down below if this resonates with you, if you understand what I'm saying, if you get this. If you're experiencing a lot of resistance right now, let me know. I'm just here to let you know that you're on a breakthrough and you're on the verge of a new you. So keep going, because you're being tested for a reason, and you are going to pass those tests, collective, okay? Listen, if this is your first time here, I need you to hit that subscribe button, because I want you a part of our tribe, okay? I really do thank you if you are returning. Thank you for your support and your love and your loyalty, because y'all are loyal AF, and y'all know I love loyalty. Listen, it's Kar. I'm signing out. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.